nitoaje Kimanzi, ulikuwa na apps zote kutoka Kagame ama tusonge kwa Wafcon? Of course we're going to from Kigali, we should be going to Rabat. So what are doing in Rabat, where the Women's Africa Cup of Nations gets underway, especially for the national team, women's team Harambee Starlets. Beldino Demba atakuwa na kibarua kigumu sana. Remember, this is what's at stake here. The semi-finalists, so 4 teams that make it into the semi-final, are guaranteed slots in the 2027 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. Now, all is not lost. The quarter-finalists, I think the losing quarter-finalists will also play against each other. 2 teams will get into an intercontinental playoff for a chance. So kama tuta make it into semi-final, at least to make it into the quarter-finals.
Yes.
That was hapa yenye tushindwe tu. Yenye I think tuko na hopes za World Cup. Hii World Cup ya under 17 hii mwaka na next year. Beldina akijipanga tu vizuri. Yes. Algeria, Morocco, na Senegal. Au vaa tu nguo kama sisi, wanakula chakula kama sisi, na ni madem tu kama sisi. We have a chance, of course, at least finishing in the top 2, because the top 2 qualify now for the quarterfinals. Yeah. And then, of course, semi-finals.
I think, first of all, we need to look back at our preparation, first of all, so that you can see if these girls can perform. Before waende, walikuwa strike. Very small things. Pesa zao kwa jalipwa, na wanafaa kufly the same day, or kwa street wana strike. Mentally, I know they are not okay, unless otherwise. Because the pressure is that we want them to perform, but back at home, we're not taking care of them. In such a way that the other day there was only state or someone kwa wapi. When you're in the status on the bottom of the it's so embarrassing. I think the federation, and that's why I was telling someone, sometimes even though people don't like Nick Mwendo, but I think Nick Mwendo, when it comes to football, ya madem alikuwa very serious despite ingine. So we need to give him a plus to that. But this regime is not a must that teams in the strike when they kwa street, mademo kwa street wanaandamana mpaka kwa ofisi ya FKF because of their dues. It's so wrong. But all in all, I think it's a tough group. Hapo unasemanga mpira udunda, but I think if they just relax and they concentrate on the game now that washalipa pesa zao, and the coach pia strategy alikuwa nayo atume the same strategy, I think vile umesema wanavaa nguo, wanavaa pia sisi tunavaa nguo. So I think let the game begin, and I think if they win their first match, they are okay. The second match akichapa draw iko sawa. The third match washinde, I think we can proceed and we can see ourselves playing playoffs, yes. The qualify for World Cup.
And of course, Celine, looking at this team, just carrying from Dantos, somebody, of course, I was reading somewhere in social media, walikuwa wamesema walienda Miramas, but hawajaenda Miramas, walienda somewhere 50 kilometers to Miramas. Those are allegations, those are reports. We'll ask FKF. And then I'm being told while they're in Miramas, they're supposed to play at least friendly, Celine. Yeah. Kwa Miramas, uko France, uitisha hata katimu uko, hata katimu kwa wanaume, hata kama ya wasichana haiko, itisha timu ya maboe, kucheza. Ndio hiyo wamesema mambo ya pesa.
Personally, I feel like their morale right now it's down because the moment, like from the moment we saw the Wafcon was postponed and then it was later brought into the end of July, I feel like it killed their morale because ile team tu mnaambiwa tunaenda Wafcon, morale inakuanga juu. But the moment like the tournament is postponed, like morale yenu inaenda down, and then utapata maybe in between some players who are in the squad maybe got injured, some are outside. And if you look at the games they have played, I think the last time they played international game, it was during FIFA series. Yeah, I think that was the last time like they played international games, and right now we don't know like where they are, and I feel like them going and training outside, even tu umesema like they could have gotten like a team and wajue like where our weakness is and where our strength is, because being in a group with Algeria, Morocco and Senegal is not a joke. Those people, like if you look at Morocco, like they start nurturing their talents young, whether you are a girl or you are a boy, they nurture their talent young. And I feel like if they are not prepared, and if Beldino Demba feeds into the criticism that she gets, I think it's gonna be bad. But at the end of the day, we are here to support them. Like you had time to prepare, and venye tu Beldino alisema hii si coach, mwache achague players wake. Like you are trying mimi niko na timu yangu, Beldino ako na timu yake. Sasa nani atacheza? Simwachie tu coach kazi yake. But at the end of the day, I feel like the ladies were on a full potential. I think they've not embarrassed us like the men's team, but I still have hopes in them. Venye tu mnasemanga game ya madem ni rahisi, ni sawa, tulikubali, but at the end of the day they are doing better. But we'll see. When the first game is played, sasa ndio tutaona penye gaps ziko, penye Beldino Demba na fire Wafcon. Like we'll see so much playing against Morocco. I think that is a very strong opponent. We are gonna see like if the goalkeeper is good, if the legs of Akina, this girl who is shaved, anaitangwaje? Their captain Mwana Lima, yeah, we'll see like yeah, so to judge from what we'll see when they play with Morocco.
Of course, that game against Morocco, the Group A game, Kenya Harambee Starlets will be tomorrow. Tukupata results, hatukupata raundi, hatukupata rights za ku-host, za ku-air, but you never know, something can happen within now and tomorrow. You never know. We'll stick around kwa TV. Naweza kupanga na tuonyeshe hiyo game tu hivyo tu, usicheza na sisi. Sasa unajua naongea na chairman wa station yetu, no hizo rights. But just before we get into Kelong na Madheka, we were able to talk to captains, coach, najua director ako nayo na pia producer yetu Kimanzi, kama uko na players tuwasikie, because of course tulikuwa tunaongea na Kimanzi on the side. There is some training that some of our players usually need in terms of how they express themselves. Unajua msichana akienda majuu, amefurahi, amepatiwa call up. Marion Serenga kwa pale amebambika, ameenda. Hata mimi venye nilifika huko Rabat mara yangu ya kwanza, I was bombasted na shangaa. And of course I need training on how to speak, on how to express yourself, because this is an international stage. How you express yourself can actually affect whether you are bought or not bought, hired or not hired by some of these European teams, or actually some of these top Kenyan teams professionally for our players. So hapa nilikuwa na dig into FKF. Have you ensured that our players are prepared enough to go to that press conference and eloquently express themselves? Wacha tuwasikie kama waliji express themselves.
I believe that we are going to reach the semi-finals, because tuna expect na pia tukunayo believe that we are going to reach the semi-finals.
The technical bench and the players, of course, kufika semi-finals will be the best for us. Tuende hata sisi World Cup, na we are hoping juu kila kitu imepeano. So ni sisi to deliver. Experience ya huku imekuwa poa, zoezi imekuwa poa. Kila mtu ana fight, though kuna vitu zenye hatujazoea kama food, but kila mtu ana fight. Grao ziko poa. So it's a good experience kwa sisi vile tunaenda Wafcon, inatupea kitu yenye tunaweza fightia.
Kutrain huko France, tumetrain poa, training facilities pia ziko poa, na tunazidi tu kujipush tukijua tutaachieve goals zetu.
Marion Serenge, Madheka umemsikia. I know we can speak our languages, but for the sake of their growth professionally, kwa sababu watu wanawatch, nataka Serenge acheze team Europe, waende acheze huko wherever, but when you unaji express on and off the pitch is very key.
Serenge mwanzo ukimwangalia anakuanga baba
yake ni mtu alicheza football.
Alafu Serenge anakuanga mchezaji mwingine machachari sana. Yes, kwa social media. Anakuanga na furaha sana hata kama Mombasa utamwona huko beach anaogelea.
Ametulia yani.
Sasa nashangaa pale ni kama hawajashiba. Ni kama hawajashiba, ni kama yani wanaongea kamba wako matangani, kuna matanga, ni kama wako kwenye matanga.
Haonekani kama
amefurahi. Badala wakuwe na furaha na wachangamke. Kuna hizo shida wako nazo, hizo mashida kidogo na alitangulia kusema bwana nani Dantos, ni vitu ambazo zina affect players wetu sana kwa kiwango kikubwa sana. Sababu ukiangalia kwa kifupi, yani hata ukiangalia ile group wako ulikuwa unasema eti ile group nilikusikia ukisema Tony eti wale wanakula kidheri na sisi tunakula kidheri, wanavaa nguo,
wanakunywa maji, uwanja ni ya green ya nyasi.
Kwa tu ni ile kujipa morali na kujitetea, sababu ile group si si mambo na kwamba waje kula, wanaongea yani it's like hawana furaha, kuna kitu ni kama mtu amefiliwa, unaelewa? Wako down sana, lakini ni wametense sababu ile group si mchezo. Msenegalese yako hapo, host
Algeria.
ako hapo na Algeria ako pale. Kwa hivyo si group iko rahisi sana. Na ukiangalia kina Serenge na ule msina mwingine nimemwona hapo, wametolewa hii timu ya imequalify kwenda World Cup. Wamekuwa promoted kutoka hapo juzi si kitambo. Kwa hivyo waje cheza na hizi national team ambazo ziko na maplayers wanacheza nje kama kina Morocco. Kwa hivyo kongole kwao, wako pale na tunawatakia ushindi. Kila la heri tu, Mwenyezi Mungu aonekanie tu waingie katika awamu ya quarters.
Waingie tu quarters. Nataka tu waingie tu quarters. The top two teams. Wapige tu Algeria, alafu wa draw na Morocco. Alafu tukufe na nani?
Senegal.
Na tukufe tu na Senegal. Najua Kelong anataka kuweigh into that, of course. Kelong as you weigh into that, CAF boss, the CAF president Patrice Motsepe, I think earlier this week aliongelelea kuhusu his support for Gianni Infantino. Ningekupata Daktari Motsepe, kama ningekuwa na powers, acha tukuheshima, wewe ni mzee, wewe ni baba yangu, singesema, lakini why would you support Gianni Infantino? Mimi kama sports journalist, footballer, I'm standing by my choice and my decision. I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but if Gianni Infantino is standing again for re-election, I don't think CAF should need to support him. As you weigh into Wafcon and also as you weigh into Gianni Infantino, because Gianni Infantino also has said the prize money for Women's Africa Cup of Nations has been doubled. Winner anapata ngapi? I think about 250 million Kenya shillings or something. But every team, regardless of what you're doing, as long as you stepped into Rabat or in Morocco, you're getting a cool 15 million Kenya shillings. Pap! I think I need 20 million Kenya shillings. 20 Kenya million shillings. Pap! Alafu mnatundia jezi kama hizo. Hello. Umejam sana.
Yeah, before we went into the
Infantino, sorry, yeah.
The women in Wafcon, wish them all the best.
Yeah.
They're in a group of death. But hata ukiona wako na tension, maana hata wakiongea ni kama wameshawa. But we hope the best for them, and we hope that they can at least get into the knockout stages. Weighing into Infantino, I think Infantino, the way he operates his cards, there's no way he'll lose the elections. And how he's motivating the
association and federations.
Yeah.
Umesema yeye na Sepp Blatter. WhatsApp group ni moja.
Yeah, ni ngumu kumtoa because he has incentives. He's telling them we'll pump in more money to your teams. So, and also at a Men's World Cup, he's saying he's planning to extend it from 48 to 64. So he wants, he's
pulling an Kalau on member associations.
Yeah, so it will be difficult to oust him. And I think the European nations know wanaweza mount some pressure at him. But as of now, he still stands to be re-elected. I don't see him being ousted anytime soon. So we should be prepared for a world of Infantino for the next 10 years.
Msema FIFA ni 2 term.
Ni 2 term.
FIFA ni 2 term. Sijasema mambo mengine. FIFA ni 2 term according to Kelong. But of course, Celine, as we way into this as well, Motsepe in the press conference say that he will not stand re-election for CAF as the president of the Confederation of African Football. But ameonekana ni kama he actually didn't touch on re-election of Gianni Infantino. However, we've seen the UEFA were against Gianni Infantino for the things, of course, happened in the World Cup. Germany were against him. Belgium wametuma mabarua. Sijui each other associations, sijui ni gani imetuma mabarua huko kwa Gianni. So which means Europe kama imeenda. Sasa sisi tarakanithi ya Gianni Infantino itakuwa gani? Asia. Itakuwa ni gani for CAF and Infantino?
Yeah, first I'll just commend Patrick Motsepe because we saw what he did. Like when it comes to Wafcon, the teams that were supposed to be playing were 12, and then we saw he extended the number of countries that were supposed to play to 16, and that's a good thing. And actually giving other teams the ability to try and participate in Wafcon, because we know Wafcon, like mostly the first 4 teams qualify by their ranking, and that's very okay. But the fact that he increased the number, it means like at next Wafcon, ECA 32, we want to see teams around the world like playing around Africa playing Wafcon. And I will just say, welcome on a support Infantino. It's okay, you can go home with him. Because honestly, like, venye tu Dantos walisemanga time ya World Cup, like, Infantino alipea kazi yake Donald Trump. Like, right now, just go. And we saw during World Cup, it's like UEFA and Infantino were like fighting because UEFA was releasing their own statements and Gianni Infantino is releasing his own statements, what, independent, whatever. I feel like when it comes, you know, sisi wa Afrika, mi ukikuja unipe kama hata si 20 million, nipe 210. Mi nitakusupport. Mi nitakusupport. Kesi baadaye. And I feel like that is what Gianni Infantino is trying to inject, because I understand like most of the delegates in Africa that are in the CAF, like they actually support the re-election of Gianni Infantino, of which I fail to understand, because I feel like sisi wa Afrika ndio tumepitia sana hiyo World Cup, and hiyo inafaa tu ikuwe like ayumse tuende home. But at the end of the day, watu, there are ways we don't understand, but me, I'm against two-term for Gianni Infantino. Like, just leave. And if he leaves, they should open like investigations on Gianni Infantino, because we really need to find some things are symbiotic. Yeah, like
unakumbuka ukipata Sepp Blatter anaongea juu ya Gianni Infantino ati ni corrupt.
Mimi kikwangu huyu jamaa anafaa tu arudi classes kidogo. Aregeshe classes kidogo, akuwe brushed kidogo, at least ule ubongo ni sawa. Sababu mimi naona alichokifanya katika kule USA, Mexico, Canada, ukiangalia refereeing haikuwa nzuri kabisa, ilikuwa chini kabisa yani. Lakini hata vile Selina ametangulia kusema kupata kura kwake, ama I think Kelong amesema anaweza pigwa tena two-term, akaingia two-term. Ni kwa sababu ya kusema ule ukweli duniani.
Watu wa cylinder mattress
32 countries. Yes, 32 countries. World Cup miaka yote ametoa mpaka kapeleka 48. Then hata 64 sasa. Hata extend pia. Hapo si ndio Kenya sisi tutapata nafasi. Kwa hivyo hata Kenya sisi tutampa kura. Kwa hivyo na ukiangalia Motsepe naye ikija upande wa Motsepe kila kitu kinafanya Tony Motsepe hata rudi tena ni kama hata simama tena.
Amesema kwa CAF.
Amesema ni kama hata hataki tena CAF. Ni kwa sababu ile akona kesi kubwa sana, hata naona hata FIFA walimuingililia sana ile mechi ya Morocco na nini na Senegal finali. Hiyo ni blanda kubwa sana alifanya, ambayo sasa hiyo ndio inafanya yeye Motsepe anakuwa na nini. Lakini niona Motsepe pia amezungumza akasema itabidi Afcon itoke ya wanaume, itoke timu 24 ziende mpaka 28.
Haya, na before Dantos nasikia nataka kusema kuhusiana na hizo makura za Olkalau na mattress. Nasikia Mavindu nasema Infantino ama ni Motsepe. Najua tuko na wacha tusikize of course about hiyo CAF na FIFA na Infantino, alafu of course Dantos can weigh into that.
I want to thank Gianni Infantino for the excellent work that he's done, and thank FIFA, thank Matthias for hosting what was the most successful FIFA World Cup in the history of the competition. And they did good work. I'm very proud. And what Gianni has done is to contribute to us increasing the number of African national teams. Enormously important. And nobody is going to persuade me to serve more than 2 terms in CAF. It's not going to happen. And we took a decision to support, and I personally support Infantino. He's not just a good friend, he's a loyal friend. He's loyal to Africa. And again, I come from a different background where when people have been loyal to you, you never stab them in the back.
Na nimesikia Motsepe amesema he is not going for two-term. He will not be convinced to do two-term for CAF. Hii two-term pia iko kwa football. This is SportsExtravaganza. We are live here. Dantos umemsikia. Of course, tukiongelelea hiyo maneno, then tuna slide kidogo pia kwa mambo ya Afcon 2025, Senegal na Morocco. Imesemekana the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, will be making a ruling in October, I think tarehe 8 ama tarehe 9, some date there on the 8th, about where the cup goes where. I don't know, tulifika wapi. Of course, as you weigh into what this my good friend Dr. Motsepe has said.
I think in Africa we had so much hope in Motsepe, because coming from South Africa is one of the countries that they love sports, and it's one of the guys to kuona hata kama change CAF, which amejaribu. I normally say hakuna mtu akona, ukiona ubaya wako kuna uzuri wako pia. Kuna uzuri wako pia. We have seen him trying to marshal other countries in Africa wajoin wacheze World Cup. That's why unapata increasement ya teams ya World Cup. That's a plus. And pia tumeona pia he's trying so much when it comes to women football. That's also a plus. But in him saying that he's going to support Infantino, I think there is something, ukiangalia vizuri, ukifuata story vizuri, he's saying he's not running, he will not run for the second term. And he's supporting Infantino. So it means him and Infantino, they are friends. So inamaanisha there is something Infantino amepromise huyu jamaa. It's a big office. Because ukiangalia UEFA they're not supporting Infantino. And I don't know about Asia, uko South America, but I'm sure also uko South America, the American side, they're supporting Infantino. That is for a fact. So the Europa side of it ndio wako na taswishi sana na this called Infantino. And I said here, because the World Cup, that Infantino malame to fail is anataka Trump around everything when it comes to football. That's where everybody around Infantino will fail, because if tumekuchagua, you're the host of this game, of this beautiful game called football, you need to abide by our rules, some of our rules, non-pata. Because there is no unatuambia, we are not taking this referee because of A, B, C, D. This is our referee. Weka mkakati zile za kusema, let us be 50-50. Yeah. Akikuja, anamaliza game kama ameenda, unapata. Usitufungie then, mtu akipata red card, kwanza issue ya red card ndio kwanza story mingi sana. Hiyo issue ya red card hiyo, it happened in a big stage like this one. So I think those are small things that watu wanaanza kujiuliza so many questions. And then also when it comes to a team like Argentina, people wamekuwa na associate nayo. So and everybody cannot be wrong. Everybody cannot be wrong. But again, I think in Motsepe, I think amepromise a big, maybe something ofisi kubwa, which is okay.
Atapatia OCS. Just before we went into the Senegal one, I understand we have Gianni Infantino, not Gianni, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, CAF president, speaking about the increase of money to be won by our ladies in the Women's Africa Cup. Wacha tumsikize.
Of the women's competition got 200,000. And then we got it to 1 million. Now they get 2 million. So you win. We've increased the prize money for the winner by 100%. We've increased the overall, the money that so the winner gets 2 million, which has been increased enormously. And you'll get it, don't worry, you'll get it in the document. But we've also increased by 495%. When the current leadership got into football, the total money that was spent for the women's football on the continent was 975,000. Now it's close to 6 million. And there's still a lot more that we have to do.
Yep, they have increased, so as I say, $2 million. That converted into Kenya shillings, multiplied by 130, the current exchange rate. That's about 260 million Kenya shillings for the winner. That's even way less than one used in Al-Kalau constituency. 60 million Kenya shillings for the winner who will be winning the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. But I've told you the base amount is about, I think, is it 150,000 US dollars. That comes to around 20 million, 15 million around there. Kenya shillings is the base amount for every team. The 16 teams that are participating in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, divided in 4 groups for each in that particular competition. Sasa kuna ingine Sanik, kuna bite ingine ya Motsepe before tuende kwa Senegal. Now, Senegal will know their fate whether they'll keep their trophy or not. The Africa Cup of Nations 2025 Wafcon, which they won in Rabat. But of course, after controversially or whatever happened, then Morocco lodged a complaint and said the team left the Wanja, so they should be awarded. CAF came back and said, oh, we have awarded Morocco. Then people have gone into court, so the Court of Arbitration for Sport will be making a ruling in October this year of where this trophy will go. Remember, of course, let's look at the images of Senegal. Now, their president, who I greeted during the Africa Forward Summit, during the sports demonstration in Nairobi, Faye, together with his military. Remember, he's the commander-in-chief of the military forces of Senegal. Iyo kikombe iko barracks. Spain finally rudiwe. Yeah, World Cup.
So, once a match has ended, a winner has been found. That's the end of the game. You don't have to go and lodge complaints. It's football. There's human error. And what happened during the Senegal game and versus Morocco, I thought it was unfortunate. But at the end of the day, the players came in. Brahim Diaz took the penalty and he lost it. And Senegal scored in the extra time. That's the end of the story. You lost Morocco. Deal with that. Come win 27 to Hapa Kenya kuzuri mushinde your Wafcon if you are really the champions. And this has really affected Senegal. Even when we saw their performance in the World Cup, it was poor because number one, they never got the bonus Wafcon. So walikuwa demotivated. Easy politics is still on. Now we have another case to be decided in October. Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Celine, I'm looking at this situation and I'm feeling like Egypt would have lodged a complaint against Argentina and said that VAR should not have intervened on the other side. So we are seeing the same intervention. So why are there double standards in federations? I mean, in Africa they follow laws, rules, but in FIFA ni kama they are not aware. We are not sure.
I think siku hizi game iliacha kushindwa na mabao. Siku hizi inashindwa na individuals complaining. Yeah, practically ukiuliza mtoi Senegal walifunga bao zao na wakashinda hiyo game. At the end of the day, yes, they went off the pitch, I think, but Sadio Mane remained on the pitch and he went back to call. I don't know why Morocco you're bringing so much drama. You're bringing drama to football because this is not supposed to be this way. And at the end of the day, the referee did blow the final whistle and the game ended. I don't know why mnaleta tu shenanigans mingi. Like, you're good, we agree you're good, you're the best team that performed best performance in World Cup. You're good, but at the end of the day, even good team lose. You saw Argentina, it was not even the good team. Spain was the good team that day. Yeah. Yeah. But at the end of the day, even good teams lose. And I feel like Senegal really wanafaa wapewe money because at the end of the day, they were the real winners. Yeah. Brahim Diaz angefunga zile bao zake na kina Yunahi, mngekuwa mshasil win yenyu. By the end of the day, watu wanataka tu like you Arab teams mnanikasirishanga. But at the end of the day, I feel like wape tu Senegal peace. Whatever the ruling itakuwa, I think wanafaa venye tu umesema watoe replica, wape Morocco watulie.
Tuko na champions.
Ama waambiwe nyinyi ndio champions lakini kikombe inabaki Senegal. I think you'd feel better.
But wanataka yote kikombe cha Senegal. Kikombe iko na fingerprints za kina Faye na Kenya Defence Forces commander, mnafikiri itatoka huko Senegal. Mimi sioni kama itakuwa. But Madeka, Morocco again. Most people, of course, if you hear it in any conversations za football, napata kwamba watu wanasema Morocco wanafavoriwa sana na mashirikisho la soka barani Afrika, which means Morocco ni kama Argentina.
I know.
Morocco ndio Argentina wa Afrika. Sababu Ukiangalia vizuri hata vizuri ile mechi ya finali na Senegal, walifungwa na Senegal na hata walipewa penalty wakakosa na Senegal wakapata bao yao tena vizuri na kwa kifupi unapata kina Hakimi, mtu kama Hakimi yeye alikataa hiyo kikombe. Akasema yenyewe tukubali sisi tulifungwa. Kihaki tulifungwa. Hicho kikombe ni cha kule Senegal. Kwa hivyo tuachane nayo. Tuache Senegal. Na mimi naona hiyo Court of Appeal bila shaka naona ikienda kwa kulingana na wachezaji wa Morocco wenyewe walitaki. Unaona sasa kuna vile yani wale wachezaji na hata mashabiki wengine pia wataki hiyo kombe. Sababu wanaona wakiangalia mechi vizuri wanaona tu ukweli walipoteza. Makosa ya Senegal ni kwamba wali break na wakaenda mpaka changing room kule. Lakini kulingana na score sheet ya mchezo umeenda vipi utakuta Morocco walipoteza bao 1-0. Kwa hivyo maamuzi naona tu kikombe itabaki tu na Senegal. Hakuna kitu kingine.
Force and remember kuna rules zile za FIFA zenyewe waliandika tu, walisema tu the referee's word is final. As in that will be the technicality that will be there. But however anajua atasema wachezaji wa Senegal walitoka. Yes walitoka but kuna mmoja alibaki. Wote hawakutoka. So now there's a lot of lawyer things. Najua Dantos anataka kuweigh into it. Before we get into the Commonwealth Games, Dantos, what do you think about that outcome? Hii kombe ibaki tu Senegal, tuendelee na maisha yetu. Because these players, they meet in their European clubs. Kina Hakimi, kina Sadio Mane, both players wanakutana. So you can imagine sasa wanyang'anywe that relationship.
Beef ende kwa teams.
Beef itabaki sasa kwa maklabu sasa huko majuu sasa.
I think somebody like Motsepe hapo ndo maloro wanasema Motsepe takirang the second time atapewa because worldwide waliona Senegal deserved to win that match because the match is wanashindana kwa kiwanja. It's not decided in the offices. And we saw everybody talking about it. We saw big ponies talking about it. But I think the embarrassment that Africa Federation that is led by Motsepe is facing is the overturn. Hiyo ni kitu wako so embarrassed nayo because everybody was speaking about it. It's like the same way tunaweza ona this a penalty alafu referee akatae. Si amekataa na ball itaendelea na tutashinda. So vile tu walisema Senegal are the winner, wache baki tu hivyo. They live to fight another day. That's why it's a competition and at the end of the day kuna finali there are two teams. The two teams in finali ni Senegal na Morocco. And I think people saying that Morocco inakuwa favored, I intend to disagree because if you see ukiangalia vizuri when your neighbor is doing good you tend kusikia wivu kidogo. And that's when unapata a team like Morocco when it comes to their infrastructure in sports they are so good. Up to now wanaenda kuhost kitu kama World Cup, you know. So people intend to see and also the way unapata wanaongea they are not Africans nini. So that's what unapata so many people wanasema Morocco is being favored, but I don't think so. Mimi kuniuliza ni vile tu wamejipanga, vile tu Selena anasema Morocco is one of the countries zenye talent zao kutoka chini zikipanda. So when it comes to football infrastructures wamejituma vizuri sana. Even you see their clubs, they are big clubs zile wanashindana kwa hizo intercontinental wanashinda. So I think Senegal hiyo October I think Senegal remain the winner of this tournament. So I think let's just give it for Senegal just kusafisha our house, African house.
Mambo ingeisha kitambo.
Hivyo sasa of course hivyo ndo kunena. Na of course nasikia reports from Morocco that the current president of the Football Association, Bwana Lekja, I think he's running for a political office in his country. I need to confirm that. Ama anapatiwa kazi FIFA. There is something and he's been very instrumental. Nakumbuka at the time that Morocco aliamuka akasema we are not hosting any tournament. That's why hata hii Wafcon ilitolewa huko March kaletwa mpaka sasa saa hii. So but of course that's a challenge to our African countries to tengeneza viwanja so that we don't depend on countries in terms. But South Africa was ready to host this tournament. Hata sijui kwa nini Motsepe hakuipeleka huko.
Alafu pia the two teams pia they are meeting like but now different gender.
Senegal and
so what are the group here?
Yeah, there'll be Morocco and Senegal are in Group A of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. That will be a very interesting group as well. And Kenya is also in the mix. Kenya, the underdogs, a very good position to be in because they can surprise many. The way we hope Harambee Starlets will be our Cape Verde. We hope Harambee Starlets will be our Curacao. We hope Harambee Starlets will be Spain. Kidogo hapo kwa Spain hapana. They will be Mexico. Atlangala wafike kwa knockout stages. If you're joining us, this is Sports Extravaganza. Mavindini venye nimekosa kukusikia, but however